Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. One man is dead and another is injured following a Sunday morning shooting in Hazleton. According to police, Jose Sandoval Perez has been taken into custody after investigators say he shot two victims around 1:30 a.m. Police say the shooting took place at a local bar and restaurant at the corner of 20th and Alter Streets. When officers arrived at the scene, they discovered one unresponsive male and a second injured male sitting on the floor. Both men had multiple gunshot wounds. The unresponsive victim was subsequently pronounced dead at a local hospital despite life-saving efforts. An autopsy is scheduled for Tuesday, May 27th at 9 a.m. According to police, multiple witnesses at the scene described the shooter as a tall, dark-skinned Hispanic male wearing a leather shirt, gray pants, and sunglasses. The shooter was also described as having long dreadlocks and a ponytail. Following an investigation, police identified the alleged shooter as Sandoval Perez. Officers say the firearm used in the shooting was reported stolen from a nearby residence. Sandoval Perez has been taken into custody and is being held on charges of felony theft of a firearm, recklessly endangering another person, and firearms not to be carried without a license. Police say the shooting was an isolated incident and does not present any danger to the public at this time. The incident remains under investigation. Anyone with information regarding the case is asked to contact detectives at 570-450-2080. The Penn State Board of Trustees voted on Thursday to approve the university's recommendation regarding campus closures. Under the recommendation, 7 of the university's satellite campuses will close, including Penn State Wilkes-Barre. However, the vote also determined that the 13 other campuses will remain open, including Penn State Hazleton, Penn State Schuylkill, and Penn State Scranton. The recommendation was approved with a vote of 25-8. According to officials, the campus closures will take place after the spring of the 2026 to 2027 academic year, and no new students will be accepted at the closing campuses after the fall of 2025. University officials say the decision to close the 7 campuses was made due to low enrollment, demographic shifts, and financial pressure. For additional information or to read the full recommendation, you can visit roadmap.psu.edu. Residents in Mifflinville came out in force Monday morning for the community's annual Memorial Day Parade. The parade kicked off at the intersection of 3rd and Fair Street at 8:30 a.m. and ended at the Mifflinville Cemetery for the annual Memorial Day ceremony. Participants in the parade included local veterans and military personnel, a color guard, the Central Columbia Marching Band, and local scouts. Coming up on WYLN News, a man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Plus, local veterans are recognized in a national art competition. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health. Investing in your well-being and building healthier communities because more expertise and convenient care mean better outcomes and a healthier you. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old. It's kind of partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cher's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cher's is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
This week's show, Let's Talk Chiropractic, is exciting. Anna overcame the language barrier. She learned how to speak English. She had a car accident. She came for a chiropractor, and through proper communication, I'm gentle, and she got great results. So check in on the show.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey! Did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Back to WYLN News. A man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Robert Turner is wanted on DUI charges. He is known to have ties to the Jim Thorpe area. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. The Wilkes-Barre VA Medical Center has announced the winners of the National Veterans Creative Arts Competition. Each year, veterans from across the nation use their creative skills to compete in various categories such as art, drama, and music. The competition also acts as a form of rehabilitative treatment to help veterans cope with physical and emotional disabilities. Over 6,500 entries were submitted into the competition this year from 116 VA facilities across the country. This year, 13 of the participants from the Wilkes-Barre VA Medical Center placed at the national level. Hector Almodovar, Ronald Jones, Dominic Ricardo, Tristan Cetrizno, and Stephen Wilmoth received the bronze medal in the vocal group country, folk, and bluegrass category of the music division. Patricia Bailey, Michael Bennett, Harry Graffius, Christopher Hockman, Brian Packer, Jeremy Rist, and George Stefanski earned the silver medal in the group art category of the art division. And in the dramatic interpretive performance category, Robert Rashulk secured the gold medal for his interpretation of September. Applications and entries for next year's competition must be submitted by Monday, July 28th. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton will be hosting a mobile blood drive in collaboration with the Miller Keystone Blood Center on Tuesday, May 27th. The blood drive will run from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the hospital campus located at 700 East Broad Street in Hazleton. Individuals 16 and older must present a valid form of identification. 16-year-old donors must also bring a completed permission slip filled out by a parent or guardian. Donors are reminded to drink plenty of fluids and to eat within 2 or 3 hours of donating. Individuals donating blood help local hospitals to meet their transfusion needs for patients such as trauma victims, premature infants, surgical patients, and cancer patients. To register to donate, you can visit giveapint.org. Coming up on Berwick's News Choice, we check in with Luzerne County Manager Imelda Crocomo on Crocomo's County Report. Plus, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Benton Part 1. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Lehigh Valley Health Network is now proudly part of Jefferson Health. And when two healthcare leaders come together for the community, you can expect more. More locations, more clinical trials, more breakthrough treatments. Jefferson Health and Lehigh Valley Health Network. Together for the future of care.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Welcome back to Crocomo's County Report. I'm here as always with Luzerne County Manager Romilda Crocomo. Romilda, how are you?
Very well. It's a beautiful day. We finally have some sunshine and just finished in the West Hazelton Parade, Memorial Day Parade, and it was really a great privilege to be in the parade.
Absolutely. You had great weather for it.
Mm-hmm. And we have to remember to keep in our memories all of the individuals who fought and died for us in all theaters across the world. So thank you, thank your families, and thanks to those who serve now.
Yeah, we can't thank them enough.
Exactly.
So we're coming off the heels of our primary election.
Yes, and we had a very, very successful election. Our election bureau hit a grand slam, and I'm very proud of them. Just remember that the municipal election is overseen totally by the county. So I want to commend Emily Cook and Steve Hahn for their dedication and the work that they did. And all of the poll workers and judges of elections and our election board, we came together and we really delivered.
We love to hear it.
Yep, absolutely.
So I heard that you are also looking at the potential, a potential partnership with Luzerne County Community College for some county staff. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I'm very happy to announce this. Council will be voting on this tomorrow night at our council meeting. So what we're going to do is we're partnering with the Luzerne County Community College. They pay 25% of the tuition. We pay 25% of the tuition. And then our staff members only have to pay 50% of the tuition. I know people are going to say, well, what do you do if they don't finish? Well, we have arrangements because we do this with other universities, especially with our human services, but we have arrangements that if they don't fulfill going to the class or fail the class or leave the county, then they pay the county back. And we have recouped monies in situations like this. But this is really great. We have staff members who want to learn skills, and then they bring those skills back to the county. And the community college has agreed that if we have specific courses or classes or areas that we want staff to be educated on, that they will create that for us. So this is a way not only to attract new staff members, but to keep the ones that we have.
Awesome. That sounds like a really great program.
It will be.
So also at Tuesday's council meeting, you said they're going to be voting on the train station.
Buying the train station. We are looking forward to that, to buying the train station. Those of the viewers who are my age probably remember dancing at the train station. It's the home of our Visitors Bureau. It is the perfect home for our Visitors Bureau. It represents a history of the rails in Luzerne County. We need to make sure that that is kept. Also, it's not coming out of the general fund. It's not coming out of the taxpayers' monies. We're using interest money in accounts. So this is really something that's going to be positive, not only for Wilkes-Barre, but for the entire county.
Gotcha. Do you have any plans specifically for what you're going to use the building for?
Well, the Visitors Bureau is there. Beautiful. Please go visit it. Go up to visit the Visitors Bureau, have lunch up in Wilkes-Barre or Pittston. It really is great. And we may be reviving some of the history. Stay tuned.
Gotcha. You'll have to keep us updated.
I will.
Is there anything else you want to share with our viewers today?
Just, I hope you enjoyed the weekend with your family and friends, and I just again want to thank all of the servicemen and women who fought and died for our democracy.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for another segment of Crocomo's County Report. We want to wish everyone a safe and happy Memorial Day, and we'll see you next time.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman. Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old. It's kind of partly cloudy.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
The land of northern Columbia County was originally registered as one of several tracts throughout the eventual state of Pennsylvania that was reserved for the Penn family. A manor stood in the land with the name Putney Common. The first settler to buy up land in the area was Benjamin Coleman, who founded what would later be known as the Laubach Farm in 1792. Jonathan Colley would be another early settler, as would the McHenry, Hess, and Laubach families. The first school in the area was opened by Isaac Young in 1799, once there were enough children in the area for one to function. Slowly, a small farming community started to form around Fishing Creek. Although for the first few decades of its existence, it would be a sleepy hamlet that did not at first appear to grow much. The new community's biggest business would take root in the early 1800s. Its genesis came from John McHenry, who was born September 17, 1785, and is sometimes claimed to have been the first European child born in the Fishing Creek Valley. He would come to be known as Hunter John in his later years, as he bragged he had killed over 4,000 deer in his life, starting at age 13, a total he kept track of by notching hickory sticks they hung over his fireplace. In addition to hunting, McHenry was also good at making rye whiskey. In 1812, he went into business selling it in the area, and soon became quite popular among regional drinkers. The youngest of McHenry's 9 children with the former Helena Cutler was Rohr McHenry, born in 1829 and named for Prussian Frederick Rohr, who had fled to America after facing Napoleon on the battlefield in Europe. The younger McHenry would become a prominent landowner in the area, founding the village of Rohrsburg, and after his father's death in 1868, Rohr took over and expanded Hunter John's whiskey business, moving from the still house on the family property into a larger commercial factory. What was by then known as the Rohr McHenry Whiskey Distillery became the largest employer in northern Columbia County, producing 100 barrels a day of Old Rohr whiskey, which was claimed to be able to cure snake bites and other ailments. In addition to operating the distillery, Rohr McHenry would also serve 2 terms as a Columbia County Commissioner. Slowly but surely, a village started forming around the McHenry Distillery. By 1850, it was ready to be officially incorporated. The name chosen for the community, Benton, was in honor of prominent Missouri Senator Thomas Hart Benton, then completing his 5th and final term in the U.S. Senate. Benton was a strong champion of westward expansion of the nascent United States, and despite owning his own slaves, he came to be a strong opponent of slavery, a stance for which Benton was almost shot at on the Senate floor by Mississippi Senator Henry Foote in April 1850. It appears Benton never did get to visit the community that was named in his honor. The town of Benton, though, was well in place by then, with a church, a schoolhouse, a sawmill, and a tavern having sprouted up. The post office opened for business in 1852, with Daniel Hartman, who had opened the first store in town, as the first postmaster. Timbering would take root north of Benton as a major industry starting around 1860. Soon the battle over slavery that Thomas Hart Benton had fought in the Senate's chambers would spell out across the wiry United States, turning north against south. Within each section, however, there would be some divisions. Columbia County at that time voted largely Democratic, and thus was basically opposed to the policies of Republican Abraham Lincoln. Thus, many in the county were opposed to being drafted to fight in a war they did not see as necessary. Despite draft rules that every man between ages 20 and 45 registered for the Union Army, draft dodging and desertion became common in Columbia County during the Civil War. By one count, 75% of those drafted in the county in June 1864 failed to report for duty. Tensions ran high throughout Columbia County during this time, heightened when a Union officer was shot not far from Benton on Raven Creek in the summer of 1864. By then, rumors had started circulating that draft dodgers and Southern sympathizers were building a stone fort in the area on North Mountain near Fishing Creek, and that the supposed defenders were prepared to resist federal authority by force with cannons. And so, on July 30th, 1864, a small Union force led by Lieutenant James Stewart Robinson entered Benton Township to search for draft dodgers. After unsuccessfully looking for several other drafters, they came to the farm of Thomas Smith. Smith fled into his cornfield and soon joined by other local deserters. Shots were fired between the forces, with it not being clear which side had fired first, and in the melee Robinson was hit. He would pass on from his wounds several months later. His force gave pursuit to the deserters, but turned back without apprehending anyone. By August, federal troops under the command of Major General Darius Crouch began amassing at Bloomsburg, and sent out an ultimatum that any draft dodgers that report to Bloomsburg by August 20th would receive a pardon. The following day, 1,000 troops started marching up Fishing Creek to arrest as many deserters as they could. While a group of about 75 men in Benton were at first determined to resist what they saw as a federal invasion, they instead turned and fled when they realized they were facing a force too big to defeat. The troops marched throughout northern Columbia County through the end of August, and close to 100 anti-war suspects were taken to Benton, where they were initially detained in a church before being taken to Philadelphia for incarceration in that city's Fort Mifflin. And of those arrested, most were released from custody within 8 months, and most of those that were convicted were eventually pardoned. By December 1864, federal troops left Columbia County, bringing to an end the saga of the so-called Fishing Creek Confederacy.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old. It's kind of partly cloudy.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.